Hello, it is Aja Hiller. You're listening to Hiller's Hymn, and today I'm your fairy godmother, and I have a little love note for you. I want to read you a little bedtime story, but first I'm going to tell you. Make sure nobody is listening. There's somebody who has something they want to say to you. Here's the letter. I see you as a princess. I want to be your knight in shining armor that takes you to freedom! This person, it's personal to them. It's personal to them. It's personal to them. You're their princess. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, a they, them, he, her, whatever. I don't know about that. If you're in princess energy, period, princess. You're the princess. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, a he, her, she, whatever. If you're in knight energy, you're the knight. Take it how it resonates. Let yourself be where you are. The knights, the princess, the prince are the characters we're going to use here. Mostly, we're going to have the knights and we're going to have the princess. The prince, missing in action. Okay? 2 downloads that I got from here. 2 movies that I got downloaded from here. We got Tangled and we got Happily Never After. If you've never seen Happily Never After, I know Tangled is really popular, but if you've never seen Happily Never After, you need to watch Happily Never After because it's a classic bop, and I will never forget that song. Is it in my head or in my heart? So if you've never seen Happily Never After, quick rundown. It's like a remix of Cinderella. Little chaos goes on. The princess doesn't end up with the prince. The prince ends up with the servant boy who she's always been friends with. Little chaos, little fun, little magic. Throughout the story, the servant boy feels like, even from the very beginning, he feels like he's not deserving of Ella. She's so beautiful. She's so amazing. But he also doesn't feel like the prince is deserving of her. Like he doesn't see what she sees in the prince or what's so grand about the prince. But he does understand that a girl like Ella, that's high class, dime piece. Okay, not just anybody need to be getting with her. So he doesn't think that he's necessarily the best fit for her. He's just a servant guy. He don't have much to offer. But he also feels like the prince is not enough. And in Rapunzel, Entangled, Rapunzel, her knight in shining armor is Flynn Rider or Eugene, which is a name that could be significant. And Eugene, no, let me just also say, if you're watching this, you could be the knight or you could be the princess. Look, I'm your fairy godmother, but girl, I'm new at this job, okay? I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm giving my best, okay? But, yeah. So, he was the prince that came to rescue her, but he's literally a criminal. He was on the run from the police when he accidentally ran into Rapunzel's tower. So it's giving this prince energy. It's giving this knight in shining armor energy where it's like the not so shining, knightly, but not so shining energy. And so really though, what I'm getting from that is this person feels, and this is more like how this person feels internally. And so if you're the knight, let me tell you, you feel like, man, that's a dime piece. Like, I don't know if I could get that, but you always just daydreaming about this person. And if you're the princess, this person has just been daydreaming about you. They've been watching you in your tower like, oh my gosh, what if that was me with her? What if that was me with them? Slave. And so they've been watching and daydreaming, but they've also been betting on you experiencing happily ever after. So one day, as they're daydreaming and looking at your tower, as they usually do, they see you making a great escape from the tower. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? They see, imagine Rapunzel breaking out the tower herself. She climbing down on her hair by herself. Imagine Cinderella. I don't know what Cinderella could do. But, Oh, imagine Cinderella like getting imagine the fairy godmother doesn't come to Cinderella's aid, and Cinderella just sitting there like, oh my gosh, my dress. This person makes it their personal mission to be your knight in shining armor. They definitely feel like it's personal. So I definitely feel like Spirit gave this person, no, I know, Spirit gave this person like some type of spiritual inclination that you're in danger. You need help. 911. This makes me think of Friday. Tell him Craig's in trouble. like, like they got like a 911 call, like from Spirit. This person could have been waking up in a cold sweat, like, oh my god, like from a nightmare of you looking homeless, asking for change, of you getting thrown out the tower. It feels like a fairy tale, like you like la di da di da, Rapunzel walking through the forest, and she fall right off a cliff. This person could have been saying all types of negative stuff that could happen to you, and they feel like, no, I can't let that happen. I can't let that happen. So they need to come to your. They feel like they need to come to your aid, and they feel like your safety is personal. They feel like your happily ever after is personal. They feel like it's their job to get you to your happily ever after. And so one day, this person sees you escaping from the tower, and they running out the house, one boot on, coat, trying to put the coat on, bagel in hand, because they also want to bring you a little snack while they on the way. Bagel, like, they got everything that they need, so they want to run to you, rush to you, even if they feel unprepared. And this person could have like has been watching you for a while from the sidelines, like, oh, I'm just so like daydreaming, but I know that I'm not for her, so I want her to have the best, so I'm not gonna make any moves. But then they see you going through stuff, and they like, no, but I want her to have the best. I can't do this. So they put their insecurity to the side, or you put your insecurity to the side, because you feel like, I need to help this girl. Like, she deserves happily ever after. This is a princess. I need to help whoever, you know what I'm saying? And boom, y'all meet up. This person takes you on that journey. They help you. Their goal is to help you back on track to your happily ever after, or to help you locate your happily ever after safely. And so to me, it's giving like, so back to the Rapunzel vibes. You may not know, right, exactly where you're going. You may not understand exactly the amazingness that's waiting on the other side for you. No one really does. Like, this person doesn't know. You don't know. Like, no one knows. You just want to get to this point because you feel called to that point. The same way that Rapunzel was like, I don't really know what those lights is for, but it's my birthday and I want to see them because I always felt like they was for me and I just want to see them. So she tried to make her way to the castle, but little did she know she was the missing princess. And so when Flint actually does take her to the castle, there's this big discovery that they end up making, where they realize, oh my gosh, you're literally the missing princess. And but before that, they have this great adventure, and they like enjoy each other's company and time, and they bond and connect, and they end up falling in love. And Flynn decides to change his ways and stuff like that. So like, I'm saying this stuff for a reason. Knight could be changing their ways. They develop more confidence. They develop more security within themselves. Princess is able to actually explore. She feels safe. She identifies with things that she's never got to identify with. I'm really getting like meeting new people, learning to love, learning to feel safe, learning to feel trust. And for a while that goes on, and then happily ever after ends up, or the beginning of happily ever after ends up coming at some point. And what happens is Rapunzel is actually the missing princess, and she's reunited with her mother and father. And so that's the energy that I'm getting for where we're going to do part 2 of this energy, where we talk about what's going to happen in happily ever after. And this is all surrounding very much fairy tale energy. But like I said, I'm your fairy godmother. This story is real life. You see me, I'm real, I'm here. This story is real life. This is a fairy tale that's not so fairy tale. And so Period. I feel like the ethereal lights just came on. So some synchronicities here: 77, 777, 155, 144 heavy, 404. Did I say 155? Or I also want to say 115. Again, your happiness is personal to this person, or if you're the knight, you feel like this person's happiness is personal to you. And so I'll see you guys on the part 2. And if this video resonates, don't forget to give me a subscribe, a thumbs up, and leave a comment if you've been subscribed for over a week. Thank you. My name is Ajay Hiller. You're watching Hiller's Hem. Toodaloo.